Good afternoon, dear students. In today's class, we will be discussing about uh, some internal registers that we are using in the 8251 universal synchronous and asynchronous receiver and transmitter. Right? 8251 is an USART, such a way that we can transmit the serial data and also we can able to receive the serial data with the help of 8251. So while transmitting the serial data, so serial data transmission methods, generally synchronous data transmission format will be there and asynchronous data transmission format will be there. So we can transmit the data in these two formats, synchronous format and also asynchronous format with the help of 8251, right? So synchronous format, that depends on our requirement, right? User requirement. Sometimes you may need to transmit the serial data in the form of synchronous by using a synchronous data transmission method. Sometimes you may need to transmit this data in the form of asynchronous data transmission method. So the major difference between the synchronous data transmission and the asynchronous data transmission is in synchronous data transmission method, we always need to transmit a sync signals with respect to the data, sync pulse, that is important, right? With respect to data. And in synchronous data transmission method, both the transmitter and receiver will work with the same clock frequency. Synchronization, right? To make the synchronization between the transmitter and receiver, we need to provide the same clock, right? In asynchronous data transmission method, before transmitting the data, serial data, we need to transmit a start bit, and after that, the data will be transmitted. And next, we can able to transmit the stop bit, right? So we need to uh, send the start bit before sending the data, and after that you can transmit your 8-bit data or 6-bit data or 7-bit data or 5-bit data, and after that you can transmit the stop bit data, right? Stop bit, that is also important in between, that is D0 to D7. Start bit and stop bits are very important in asynchronous data transmission method. So yesterday I told you why only 44 people they were in the right. So yesterday we will be discussing that the contents, left side contents of the pin configuration of 8251. Right. One of the student is asking that sync detect or break detect means what. So with the help of sync detector, right, when we apply a logic, sometimes the pin will work as the output pin. Sometimes the pin will work as the input pin, right? That is why both the directions. One is when we apply a logic high at the input side, then it is possible to uh, break the data transmission, break detect. Right? Another one is when we apply a logic low signal from the sync detector, break detect, it is possible to detect the synchronous signals. That is we are going to discuss in the today's class, right? How the sync signal will detection takes place with the help of mode word, command word, and control word. So today we will be discussing about three words. So out of all these pens, dear students, out of all these pens, you just see the CYD bar is the one pin, right? Carrier detect pin. Another one is DSR bar, DTR bar, CTS bar, and RTS bar, right? Next one is sync detector, brake detector, these pins that you should know. Then only you can able to explain about anything which is related to the 8251. 8251. What the 8251 basically the 8251 will do? What kind of operation the 8251 will do? Can anyone tell the answer for this? 8251 as an USART, universal synchronous asynchronous receiver and transmitter. What is the basic operation that will perform by the 8251 by seeing this diagram? Anyone? 52 members.
Sir, basically in 8251, what we are doing is we are interfacing this 8251 with microprocessors, sir, basically. So this is acting as a medium between microprocessors as well as the memory, sir.
Memory.
Memory in the sense the operations that take place, sir, basically. It is acting as an interface, sir, basically. That is a memory, not in the sense memory in the sense input output devices, sir. I meant to say.
Okay. 4A8. What's your opinion? Please unmute your mic. A8.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it is used for series data transmission, sir.
What is the general application of serial data transmission? Yes, your answer is correct. A8. Daklesh,
Yes, sir.
you are near to the answer. What are the applications of this serial data transmission? Where we are going to use the serial data transmission? Yesterday I have shown the diagrams also. I think yesterday. Okay. Only long distance data transmission. Uh, no, you know the answer, but you people are not giving the answer, right? So no, that is not correct. I'm not happy with you. So in order to transmit the data from the CPU to monitor, you people, if you see the data, then only you can do some operations over the data, right? Otherwise, you can't do any operations directly with the CPU, right? So that CPU will be connected to the monitor such a way that we can see the data and we can do some operations over the data. So that is your VGA cable, serial cable. So not only the application is for long distance data transmission. Yes, yesterday I have shown the diagram. Right, by using telephone lines, we can transmit the data in serial form from transmitter to receiver side from one point to another point. That is one. Some other applications are even in between the CPU and monitor. There will be a cable, serial cable will be there, and in between the printer, you just see so many of you have the printers in your home, right? So HP or some other printers, the printers also contains the serial cables, right? So data cable, you call it as the data cable. So without using the data cable, you can't transfer the data from CPU to printer. That is also serial cable. So these pins is nothing but that serial cable pins, right? So with the help of this 8251 will sit over the motherboard of the CPU, right? So your CPU maybe it is in the in our laptop, or it may be in the desktop, right? So your microprocessor, very near to the microprocessor, this 8251 will sit, and this 8251 will take the data from the processor, right? Processor always contains the data in parallel form. So it takes the data from the processor with the help of data bus buffer, and depending upon requirement, what the requirement, the purpose behind this IC is transmitting the serial data and receiving the serial data. So it takes the data and it transmits the data in serial form, but it picks the data in parallel form and it transmits the data in serial form. Then how that such a kind of operation takes place? Can anyone tell the logic? Can anyone tell the logic? How you people are converting the parallel data into serial? What kind of operation that is performing here? Parallel to serial, serial to parallel. You people always says that parallel to serial conversion takes place, serial to parallel conversion takes place, right? Right. So here, data coming, incoming data is parallel form, and outgoing data is in serial form, right? So with the help of shift register, I don't expect the answer from you because you never give the answers except some few people, right?
Sir, we can use flip-flops also, no, sir?
Yes, very good. So shift register is nothing but it is a flip-flop, right? Shift register is nothing but it
Yes,
contains
sir.
internally flip-flops, right? So such a way that we can convert the parallel data into the serial form and that data will be transferred, right? Similarly, serial data, serial to parallel conversion takes place, and after the serial to parallel, then this data will be sent to the processor. Such a kind of operation. So now you have to think that uh, uh, mm, uh, how to set these uh, um, uh, transmitter, receiver, and how to take the controlling of these devices into under you. I mean to say, uh, for example, I want to switch on the transmitter, how I want to enable the receiver, how I want to disable the receiver, how I want to disable the transmitter, then how such a kind of operation. For example, some people, one person he wanted to transmit only 5 bits data. One particular person he wanted to transmit 7 bits of data, only 7 bits, not 8. Out of 8, only 7 he wanted to transmit. Then how? Such a kind of controlling, sir. All controlling operations will done with the help of 3 registers, right? 3 state mode word. One will be mode word. Another one is command word. The third one is status word. Status word always gives the status about your incoming data, most properly incoming data, and also about the transmitter and also receiver. It is also called as transceiver, right? So we will be going to discuss about that one only. So whenever you know the concept of yesterday's thing, like when you see the, so yesterday we discussed about this particular diagram, right? So communication between the data terminal equipment and the data communication equipment, and after that data transmission over the telephone line and also receiving at the another computer side. So initially data terminal equipment, the first, when we need to transmit the data, then it will raise the data terminal ready signal, and after that communication equipment, your modem, right, your Wi-Fi router or whatever it is, that will send a data set ready. Yes, I am ready to send the signal, like that data set ready signal it will send. And after that, once again second request signal sends by the computer, a request to send, right? And after that 2 requests, one is data terminal ready, first request to the modem, and this modem After getting the data terminal ready, this modem 1 will communicate with the another modem, and this particular modem will communicate with the computer 2. Actually, the logic behind this is, initially, first data terminal equipment will send a signal to the data communication equipment. Mr. Data Communication Equipment 1, please get ready. I wanted to transmit the serial data, like that. Such a command is in the form of DTR bar. So whenever this DCE will get the DTR bar, then immediately the DCE1 will communicate with the DCE2 at the destination side. And this DCE2 will communicate with the another DTE at the destination. And it will send DCE2 will send a request signal to the DTE, that is data set ready. I am going to send the data to you, Mr. Computer 2. We are getting the data from the source, that is computer 1. So please get enabled, like that. Such a kind of controlling will comes to the data terminal equipment 2. Immediately this will send a request signal, request to send. After getting the request to send signal from the computer 2, then immediately what the modem 1 will do is, modem 1 will send a data set ready signal to the data terminal equipment. So after getting this signal, once again second request, the second request sent by the computer 1, and that is a request to send. Yes, I am going to send the data, please get ready. Such a kind of signal will send by the computer 1. So for second request, immediately modem will get active, and also it will send the carrier detect signal and also clear to send, right? So whenever it gets the green signal in the form of clear to send and also CD carrier detect signal, then immediately computer 1 will transmit the data with the help of TXT, right? So such a kind of uh, communication takes place in between the computer, that is data terminal equipment, and also communication equipment. I've written here computer and also modem, right? So you people, while reading, while opening the browser, or while doing some other operations, while sending the email, such a kind of technical things takes place inside your lab or desktop. These operations takes place blindly. We can't transmit the data blindly, right? So for example, if you are not connected to the internet, right, your modem is not connected to the internet, then at that time how you will transmit the data? So your computer itself that will tell that there is a internet facility is not available, right? So please check the net facility, like that you will get the message over the screen. So after establishing the communication from the transmitter to receiver, then the device will send the signal with the help of modem and telephone lines to the receiver, right? So we can transmit the data in both the directions, computer 1 to computer 2, computer 2 to computer 1. There are plenty of some other things takes place. You know about the remaining things like the operating system, and in operating system you will be going to discuss about all those things, internal operations, right? So you need to get an idea. Whenever 8251 means, then 8251 will send these control signals to the modem. That is why we call it as modem control signals in our block diagram. Modem control. In this block diagram, what is the name of this block? Modem control. This is not modem. Modem control unit it is. So this will be connected to the modem. Modem will be there here, right, left side. LE22, please mute your mic. LE22, mute your mic. Thank you. Right. So How to take the controlling of this means one is controlling of the transmitter, controlling of the receiver under you people, right? For example, if you want to use the transmitter, you can. If you want to use the receiver, you can. But we don't have the physical switches here, right? It is not possible to switch on the 8251 with a separate switch, 8255 with separate switch, 8251 transmitter with one physical switch. It is not possible, right? We can't use the many number of switches, physical switches. That is not possible also. So with the help of the software, whatever we will be using, we can able to control the transmitter, we can able to control the receiver unit, we can able to control the read write control logic, and also we can able to control the modem control unit. Everything is under you in the form of software. So physical switches, for example, power on switch will be there, right? So power on switch is the only one switch that physically you can use it. But other than that, remaining all will be under your control in the form of enabling, disabling, enabling, disabling. That is nothing but mode word, command word, and status word of 8251, right? So today I was explaining about the mode word, command word, and status word. 3 words of 8251. From 8251, either he has to ask the question, draw the block diagram, or else he will ask the question, draw the pin diagram. This is the pin diagram, right? You just see D0, D1, this is 28 pin IC, D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7. So totally 8 pins, right? So in order to transmit the parallel data to the processor, or in order to get the parallel data from the processor, we use these 8 pins. So you know that by seeing this block diagram itself, you can say, right? This is connected to the processor. While explanation about the pin diagram, it will be how easy it is. You need to remember the pin configuration, that's all. After that, RxD means receive data pin. We can receive the data with the help of RxD pin. Ground, this is connected to the ground, right? Without ground, it is not possible to run the IC. Ground and VCC is must and should, right? So another one is transmitter clock. Transmitter clock, you can able to change the transmitter clock, and also you can able to change the receiver clock in asynchronous data transmission method. Right? So transmitter clock you can apply separately. So this is the one input pin where we can apply the transmitter clock. If you see the block diagram, you will get the idea. TXC bar transmitter clock will be available here, right? And after this, write control pin, right? For example, if you apply a 0 here, then you can able to get the data from the that is the write operation. Write operation is nothing but data transmission, right? Transmission means conversion from parallel to serial, and you can transmit the data. Similarly, RD bar, read operation. Read operation is nothing but you can take the data from the outside, that is serial data, and you can receive the data, and after that you can convert the serial data into parallel form, and you can give it to the processor with the help of this D0 to D7. Right. So read control logic, write control logic. Anyway, you know about the read operation and write operation in 8086 also. Same operation. This is CS bar, chip select. In order to enable the device, in order to enable the chip, right, we used to apply a logic low at the pin number 11, chip select. So C by D bar, carrier detect signal. So this is the pin where we are going to use the carrier detect. This is a signal for selecting data, right, or command. You just see words or status words when 8251 is accessed by the CPU. So two things here, C by D bar. One is D for data, and another one is command word. Here we will be going to use the three words: command word, mode word, command word, status word. So whenever we need to set the commands to the 8251, then at that time pin number 12 will be 1, right? For example, if we are sending the data, then it will be logic low. You please remember this, right? After this, receiver ready, RD bar completed, receiver ready. Whenever the receiver is ready, right? So then it will send a receiver ready control signal. Just see the block diagram. Receiver ready control signal. So whenever the data is available at the receiver, then it will send a receiver ready control signal, such a way that we can send the received data to the 8086. This will be connected to the 8086 processor, receiver ready control signal, right? So after getting the data, then immediately it will send a receiver ready control signal to the 8086, right? Same operation, whatever we discussed in the block diagram, whatever we discussed in the data terminal equipment explanation, same thing comes here because all the pin names are same. Next, transmitter ready. So whenever the transmitter is ready to transmit the data, then it will send a transmitter ready signal to the 8086, right? Sync detect or break detect. Sync detect is nothing but one in synchronous data transmission method. This particular pin is used to detect the sync signal. Another one is break detect. Break detect is nothing but we can break the data transmission in between, right? So that is also we can done with the help of pin number 16, right? So there is sync detect or break detect operation. Next, clear to send means nothing but this is a modem control unit will generate the clear to send signal to the 8251. This is an input signal to the 8251, right? Such a way that after getting the clear to send signal, immediately 8251 will send a data with the help of TXD, or it will the 8251 will receive the data with the help of RXD. Either it may transmit or receive the data. But after getting the CTS bar is an input signal to the 8251. This is an input signal to the 8251. You just see CTS bar, it is an input signal to the 8251. Clear to send. So the modem will send this particular signal. Transmitter empty. Whenever the transmitter is empty, then it will generate a signal, transmitter empty signal, such a way that immediately when the transmitter is empty, what is the operation? Next, another byte will load by the 8086. This 8251 is taking the byte from the 8086, right, and converting the parallel data into serial form and sending out. And or another operation, the 8251 takes the serial data with the help of RXD and converts the serial data into parallel form, and this the parallel data whatever is converted, the result data will be sent to the 8086 with the help of D0 to D7. So only serial to parallel, parallel to serial, to convert two operations, right? Transmit data pin TXD and clock, we can apply the clock at pin number 20, and we can reset the operation with the help of pin number 21, right? So whatever the operation that we are performing, suddenly we wanted to reset the operation, we want to start the operation once again from starting itself, then we can reset, we can do the reset. Another one is data set ready signal. Initially data terminal ready signal, this is an output signal from the 8251. Data terminal ready signal is the output signal from the 8251. Whenever the 8251 is ready to transmit or ready to receive, then it will raise the signal, that is data terminal ready signal. Then after that, this is a DSR bar is an input signal to the 8251 data set ready. So this DSR bar signal comes from the modem. This signal comes from the modem. This is an input signal. And after that, RTS bar. RTS bar is an output signal to the 8251. Output signal to the 8251, and this will be connected to the modem input. Right. So after sending the request to send, then your modem will send a signal clear to send signal, that will send the clear to send signal, and also carrier detect signal, two signals that will send. Right. So clear once 8251 gets the clear to send signal, then immediately 8251 will transmit the data. So these 4 pins, very, very important. These 3 and this is another one. DTR, data terminal ready, is an output signal to the 8251. This signal will be connected to the modem, and immediately after transmitting the DTR bar signal from the 8251, then a modem will send a data set ready signal to the 8251 DSR, right? So modem will send a DSR bar signal to the 8251. So DSR is an input signal. So after getting the DSR bar signal from the modem, next 8251 will send a request to send signal RTS bar, right? This is output signal. So DTR bar and RTS bar, these two are output signals of 8251, and the DSR bar and CDS bar is the input signals of the 8251. So pin number 17 and pin number 22 input pins, and pin number 24 and 23 are the output pins of the 8251. You need to remember these four. These four are important. Pin number 17, 22, 23, 24. So receiver clock and VCC 5 volts, we know, right? So this is the pin diagram operation. So once if you know about the block diagram, then you can answer the pin diagram very easily.